Mod time is here once again for Farming Simulator 25, and today we got 23 mods to take a look at. All platforms got 15 new and 6 updates, and PC Mac players got 2 updates. If you guys want to see anything specifically, first check those timestamps, otherwise let's jump right in. Starting them off with new ones for all platforms, we have a new map for you guys. Alone in the World 2K25 from Gunlock RRC. We have 7 required mods for the build your own map. Funny enough, they are all MA7 Studio mods, so heads up there. This is a lost place in the middle of the ocean. It's up to you to build your own paradise. You can find a cattle dealer, store, warehouse, gas station, point of sale, old farm, and many more. 25 objects are hidden on the island. Will you find them? Yeah, well, yeah, probably. But there you go. Of those 7 required mods, you're going to find a couple buildings over here, and everything else will be on your farm. A lot of required mods for just a few buildings here and there. Taking a look at the PDA itself, here it is. There are no new crops, so heads up through there. Taking a look at the farmland, it's kind of not all over the place. I'd kind of dig the way that it's done. You can see it's kind of like a loop and different sizes and things like that. Additionally, the fields are kind of their own. I mean, this is farmland 1, 2. We also have 14 up here as well, and then others are spread around. Now, you cannot buy the outside of the map. However, you can go out there, which is also kind of neat as well. I think that's pretty sweet. And then taking a look at this, here is everything on your main farm, because this is where you're going to be hanging out most of the time. Pig pen, chicken pen, your house. You've got a workshop on there, which is always nice. Should be silo system right there. Over here, yeah, the greenhouse, and then way up here, the straw hanger. Farmland's not too expensive, to be fair. I mean, you could sell off your own stuff. Let's see, $36,000 for that one. Farmland number 1's 0, so you're not going to be getting anything for that. $57,000 there, 51, 101,000. It's probably going to be the most expensive bit. There is plenty of logging. That's one thing that I've noticed. Lots of logging around. Really easy logging as well. I mean, it's all spread around for you, so shouldn't have too much difficulty logging. And you can even go all the way up here. We got a search tower overlooking the entire island. And that's pretty cool. I think it's neat. Jumping down, take a look at our crop calendar. I expect nothing more than base, which is what we get. 2 animal pens, as we'd mentioned before. We do have plenty, and I mean plenty, of contracts in here. As you would expect, it's all logging. We do have a rock removal in here as well. But I mean, we own the 2 fields on the map, so that is what it is. Then as far as production chains, we have a carpentry on the map as well as the medium tarp greenhouse. And if we jump around here to take a look at the vehicles, age on this stuff is insane. Look at that, 100,000 months. So that is, if you're curious, 8,333 years. So you're telling me that this Massey Ferguson, we're beyond the point now. You're telling me this Massey Ferguson's 8,300 years old? Just in case you were curious what was going on 8,300 years ago, the world was recovering from the most recent ice age. Jeez, come on, man. It's too much. Oh, I just realized apparently nobody's been using them though, so they've just been sitting there. Something's up. Anyway. I can't get off of this. This is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's all your equipment if you're curious. Looks like we're getting a lot of base game stuff, but some other stuff as well. Ooh, that was a pretty rock. And if you're curious what those 7 required mods are, well, this is for you. Next up, we've got a couple vehicles, 4 of them. The first one is the John Deere Series 7010. Now, we have a couple of these. If you click on it and it just says 7010, that ain't the one. The one you're looking for is the one that says 7010 SL modding, although I can't imagine that's going to fly too long. I think somebody may have missed that. Nonetheless, this one's interesting because it has a chip-tuned engine, so it goes all the way up to 230 horsepower, which is fantastic. As far as your wheels and tires, everything is here that you would expect, and one of the nice things that I like, I'm a big fan of narrow tires, so in Trelleborg you've got not only regular twins, but you've also got narrow twins and narrow twins only in the rear, or narrows all the way around. Big fan of that. Decal color, yellow or gray. This is because we have multiple different color options in here, so if you wanted to black it out, you can, and it actually looks right instead of with just a yellow stripe on it. You've also got front loader attacher for quickie and Hauer, and the beacon lights, we have like all of them, and then you've got left, right, or both in like 8 or 9 different models. Yeah, total of 9 models. That's wild. As you saw, we had all of the color options, and we even have all of the rim colors as well. I don't have the unlimited color mod installed whenever I do mod videos, so those are all just unlocked naturally. The only animation that is crossplay is going to be the raising and lowering of the front axle. If you guys are on PC, it is IC compatible. However, those controls unfortunately were not ported over for the console edition of this. You have to have interactive controls for those to work. Here's your nice chiptune version of it with the narrow duals. If I had to make one, this is the way I would do it right here. Ooh, does sound good though. The next one on our list, the Valtra T-Series CVT South America from Surfer Tex and Pedro. Very, very pumped about this one. So on here, we started off with our front weights. We're gonna go from 0 all the way up to 1,145 kgs. Your engine is going to go all the way from a variable set up to a variable set. It actually doesn't list the horsepower in the game, but here we go, 195 up to 300, so at least we know what is there. Then if we go into our wheel brands, we have a couple different ones to go through here, including some dedicated Reisch wheels, and we even have the dedicated Lizard tires, which are chunky boys. Oh yeah, we're gonna leave those on there. GPS config, you've got a with monitor, all monitors, and without. Now, when you add in monitors, there you go, you're going to get one at the bottom and then another one up at the top. Rear fenders are going to be a yes or no setup. Front fenders, same way, yes or no. LED bar, you can add one at the front. We can spin around and adds at the top of the rear. And then it says hood. Oh, there's the hood right there at the front. And then you can do a combination of all three. As far as your cabin lights, we have 2 different models of those. Protection grid could be added towards the front, so we've got that as well as a bumper, and then a couple different versions of that. As a matter of fact, there are, goodness gracious, 7 different versions there. Kegs and barrels, rock and roll, baby. You got a couple there on the side. Bottle, which could be added. Right there on the inside, so it's an interior customization. Oh my goodness, we're not even a third of the way through the options here. Wheels and counterweights, you could add up to 1,280 kgs. Rice paddy bucket. Oh yeah, right there at the very front. You got that if you wanted more of a shovel than a bucket, but it's there. Then we get into the forestry protection, if you needed it. Side turn signals, yes or no. Daytime running lights, you could either do front daytime running lights, headlight circles, or both. Then you get beacons, so you've got a lateral set, dual set, or none. Beacon models could be changed up separately, which is very, very neat. I probably should turn off this forestry protection because I can't see a thing. Goodness gracious. Steering wheels, got a couple different ones of those. Attachers, spin around. There's a trailer attacher if you wanted to add that on there. Or you could go with the baler hitch, which is kind of interesting because it kind of just removes your 3 points. That's odd. Numbers can be added as well. Numbers 1 through 9 there on the side. As always, we will go 3 for Dale. Cabin rear detail, you got your license plate, the Valtra logo or nothing. Exhaust, standard with turbo blow off. Spin around a little bit more. Standard 2. And we also have the direct. A couple different ones again through there. It's more of a personal preference of visuals. Quickie and Hauer for your front loaders. Flags, you can throw the Brazil, Finland, EUA. Oh, America. What's EUA? And then a bunch of different ones as well. Although, I think it's appropriate to have Brazil on here. CB antennas, you've got those. And then we get into colors. Ooh, what is this? Pink. Counterweights color, exhaust color, kegs, barrels color, chassis, windows, and rims. Whole bunch. And we got a conversion from Hispano. This is the Massey Ferguson 3670 base game tractor for Farm Sim 22. As far as wheel brands, all the normal stuff through there, as well as the same setups there. Front wheel fenders, you've got those yes or no beacon lights, left to right, or both. My brain's not working right now. Window tint to get 25, 50, 75, and 100%. That way you can't see out. Front loaders for Quickie and Hauer as per usual. And then we have colors for main. Many designs. front fenders, rear fenders, edge of grid, and rims. As per usual, with this being Hispano, you can do whatever. We'll go toothpaste tractor. As far as our specs for this one, 170 horsepower, and it goes 31 miles an hour. And we got another one from Hispano, the New Holland C332. This is our last new vehicle today. Window tinting as per usual with the previous one, and then we got colors for all the stuff, including the crawler zone here. That's pretty neat. I like that. 82 horsepower, and it goes 9 miles an hour. Now we get into tools. We have the Lizard 1775 NT Multi-Planter. This is from Mr. Mac Truckin' 921. We have two versions. One of them is everything that's in the cedar planter and vegetable planter, and then we have one dedicated just for poplars. Both of these hold between 6,500 and 24 liters of seed, or 25,000. Both 18 meters, 15 mile per hour, 360 horsepower required, and they are direct drill, which is always nice. So now that you've got all the specs and information, we can take a look at the customization. Not a bunch, but we do have branding on here, which is very cool. So you got Lizard Farming, you could do John Deere, Case, New Holland, Kubota, it's always fun, Massey Ferguson, and back to Lizard again. And then we've got multiple capacities, so you can either do the 12,500 or 25,000 as for your seeds. Now we have the chassis color. Of course, we got to go with green too. I mean, come on. You know what color that is. Come on now, come on now. Let's go with an orange for the tank. If we go for the orange on the tank, it also looks like it's changing up a few little bits and bobs on a few of the rows. So the last two on each side, and then the 4 in the back. So we'll have 8 rows changing up with that color. And then rim colors, lastly, let's see. Let's go with a interesting violet. Very, very cool. Of course, it can look like a John Deere planter too. If you wanted Case, whatever, it doesn't have to be toothpaste tractor. I mean, it does, but I'm not going to enforce it. But it does have to be toothpaste tractor. As mentioned, there's also a poplar version. Now, this is completely separate, but hey, if you're doing poplars, grab it. Check it out. You know, I was just looking at this and I'm like, yeah, you can make it a John Deere if you want. 1775 NT's already a John Deere. This does make it nice though, so if you did change it up, you are able to have your direct drill, all your seed is planters. As a matter of fact, this one right here is better than the one that I modded when FS25 came out. So just go with this one. It's perfect. Heck yeah. Last two are going to be weeders from Hispano Modding. We've got the Einboeck PneumaticStar 900. This is a weeder, but we also can use it as a seeder as well. 300 or 3,000 liters of seed. Is that 30,000 liters of seed? That's too much. And then you've got colors for the main and the rim color. Yes, I just said something was too much. 9 meter working with and 9 miles an hour. It is pretty nice to have stuff like this. It uses two different situations. You can either do a grass, cover crop, or canola on there. Additionally, you can see, that is not direct drill. I was just double checking. The other one, also from Hispano, is the Einboeck Aerostar-Exact 600. Now, this one does not have a seeding unit on it, but it is still a weeder, 6 meters as opposed to the 9 of the previous one. 11 mile per hour max speed. Colors for main and rim as per usual. Moving it on, we have a very, very unique piece of equipment right here, or container rather. This may look pretty familiar to a lot of you guys as well. So this is the ProBox bulk seed container pack. This is from Legacy Ag. I can't remember which one's the one that I make fun of him for and which was the real one. It's Legacy Ag. That's it. Not Legacy Ag. Sorry. No, I'm not. With this one, so they say it's a pack, so it's only the one. I believe on their itch page, they have kind of like the full-fledged version of this, but because this is on Mod Hub, I think this is our nice cross-play version. What you can do is you can choose what seed you want written on it. So you can see here, this one says alfalfa seed on it. You've also got barley, beans, or soybean hybrid, as it's written there, canola, corn seed hybrid, corn silage hybrid, flax seed, lentils seed, oat seed, pea seed, and then sorghum, and then sunflowers, and wheat, and then back to alfalfa again. Now, with these setups, they don't actually be what they are, but it just looks like it, which I think is very, very cool. If you're like me, you probably wanted to see like a corn seed corn hybrid. How about that? We'll go with one of those. And whenever we go with that, we can use a few, where am I? You can use a few different things for this. So what you can do is you can either attach it to a front loader, skid steer, or telehandler. You don't need pallet forks. So we're gonna go with the New Holland that came out today because it's, well, right here and it's easy. All you gotta do is come up to it, attach, and it attaches on its own. We've seen a couple things like this in the past. As you see, yeah, you get pretty high with it as well. See about right there? Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Can we do this the whole way around? I know you can do it on one side. I assume we can do this every side. Yeet, there it is. From the other side, there we go. And over here as well. Now, in here, we've got 1,586 liters of seed, aka 45 bushels. I'm gonna bring this up here to our little John Deere planter. Hopefully it'll fill it up. Okay. Please. Oh yeah, I probably have to open up the seeder, don't I? Cover is open and seeds are going in. Now if you wanted to see in it, we could open up the top of it, so you can open it up. Yay! We'll bring it all back down. Doesn't really weigh much anything now. It is kind of like there's, I don't know, like a front loader bit attached to it, but it's so much easier to manage. So now that it's open, they say you could fill it up with fertilizer, but I am curious, is it only fertilizer? No. You can fill it up with lime, seeds, or solid fertilizer again if you wanted to. So, I mean, it still says corn or seed corn hybrid on there, but I mean, I guess you could put anything you wanted in there. I wonder if there'd be like a blank version where it could just be like whatever you wanted. You could buy it, it says fertilizer, but there's really seed in it and that kind of thing. That'd be pretty cool. Also, you could just sell it like anything else. So very, very neat. Legacy, as much as I pick on you for the name, great mod. Now we have some placeables. I apologize for the moves. I'm gonna try to remember to put animals in the pen so you can kind of see what these look like. So we got the big cow barn from Roger, 75,000 bucks for this one. It only holds 20 cows, so big cow barn, 20 cows. For me, those two don't line up, but I guess it is what it is. Also in here, if you're going to be putting anything down, 15,000 liters of food, regular 6,000 liters of water, sorry about that, 10,000 straw, and 50,000 slurry. However, I'm not quite sure about how much milk it will hold. This is where you're going to be buying your cows. Hi, lot of dads. All right, shut that before they get that out. Slurry is going to be right over here if we swing around. This is where we're going to be getting the milk out. You don't have to open this up if you don't want to, but you can because there's a really, really nice milk container in there. That's pretty cool. And if you just want a shed, and it is. Shed's not even in the name, and it's got one. I love it. Absolutely love it. Water goes here, food and straw over here. Nice, simple, and to the point. Oh yeah, and if you want manure, you will have to put down your own manure thing. Yeah, and what's up top? That's up top. Can we get up here? Pretty sure one of the cows just said, no, you can't get up there. I feel like I can. Let's see. Can we open that? Oh, wrong one. Well, two could play that game, can't we? Come up here and then just turn off flight mode. There it is. All right, it does open. Be careful opening it because you could fly off. I always like it when we've got stuff up top. Yay! The next mod is very neat. However, the shed has a required mod, and it is the forklift that I'm in right now. So this is the High Rack Warehouse. It is from HR Forced, and there's some pretty neat stuff that goes on in here. So this is a pallet racking system in here. So we got some interesting stuff. So they do have directions in their fan page and as well as on the mod description. So let's talk about it. I think we should probably go grab something. Let's grab a pallet. What, did you think I was going to get something other than a flower pallet? No, of course not. Of course I'm going to get a flower pallet. So what they do is they say, place the pallets somewhere on the shelves. Just somewhere. And by the way, you probably need this because it is really able to like go in, go out. You can move stuff in and then this just like pushes it out as well. I'm going to put it here because it doesn't look like it's on anything. And yes, that is why I'm putting that there. I can't do this. I'm not good at this part of the game. Well, I got out of there, but I left my dignity back there. All right, so that's step one. Step two is to press the store pallets on the right-hand side of the table, which I assume is this, and we are getting the store pallets button there. So we're going to look back, click store, and the thing wipes it clean. So all the pallets that would be in here, yeet, even at the top level, are well put away for now. So we also have warehouse lights, so we can turn that on. And we have the outdoor lights, which can be turned on too. So what hath happened? Well, it has moved it over here, and it's kind of put it away. So there is that. Now, are you ready to get it out again? Well, we'll come over here and take a look, and so I can't get that out of there. It is literally in storage right now. So it's like a normal storage thing. I had some people in my Discord asking about it, so I want to let you know. So optical storage becomes briefly visible, so you see the green thing go up. The next thing is going to be to outsource it. So we come over here and we have one flower pallet. So we click a button and it puts it up here in the front for us, so we can lift it. Yeet! Don't tell Yost that I don't have the his mod installed right now. So yeah, that's how that works. Will it work again from here? No. But do you even have to put it on the pallet or the racks? No, you don't. You just bring it in here and drop it, and it'll put it right over there. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I kind of want to put a bunch more in here, but I don't want to cause myself too many troubles. You can get a maximum of 56 pallets retrieved at a time, which is very, very cool. And you can fill up the shelves, man. I don't know what the limit is in here. It doesn't say, but it's got to be a lot. And after it's deleted, anything that is stored actually gets deleted as well. So be ready for that. Next on the list, the old US shed from 750 Ti Money. Looking around, it is definitely an old shed. Comes in a yellow color. And as far as I can tell, there's no customization options for this. 60,000 bucks will get it for you. Let's come over here, click, and it will open both doors at the same time. Very, very cool. We do have a switch outside, and actually this outside switch turns on the lights outside. You may have seen that come on right there. It's not showing much now. However, in nighttime, it does light it up. I guess I could show that to you here in just a second. We've got our door here, and then we have another light switch right here, which turns on all the lights inside. Again, not too bright, but bright enough. Then we come around here, click that. You will have to find wherever these handles are, because that's where the triggers are. And everything else in here is what it is. I'm a big fan of this building. I think it's very cool. I like the decorations inside as well. And I guess we could take a look at it at night as well. Yeah, no, just so you guys could see it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into my photo mode, because it's just so much easier to show things with this. So there you go. And we could kind of spin around and take a look at it. That's what everything's gonna look like at night. As far as I can tell, we only have one light outside. Yeah, just the one light. Next up, small garage. 30 grand for this one. This is a new garage. Lots and lots of sounds going on. Boom, there you go. We got 3 doors and not really a lot else. As far as I can tell, there's no lighting and nothing outside either. Ooh, birds. Last one that we're going to look at in the game is the house in a Polish style, aka Polish house. Our triggers are outside. No interior. And your last new one for all platforms today is going to be the Stone Farm Pack from VX Mapping. There are 23 placeables in here. This is not just a mod placeable pack. This is one of those required mods that you get whenever you're downloading new mods. So if you want to, please feel free to go through here. I don't think anything's going to be wacky or crazy or out of order, so you should be just fine. You got sheds, silos, 1 or 2 productions, and a couple animal pens. Now let's talk updates for all platforms. First one is going to be North March Reloaded, version 1.1. They do say that the update does require a new save game, so you will have to start a new one to get everything. We have a new crop Wickrogan. I don't know what that is. Also, when setting up the cow pastures, there was no grass in the pastures. I assume that's been fixed. Wood mission's been adjusted. New BGA installed. Manure purchase from the livestock dealer's been added. And walkways have been adjusted. There's also a couple other things. Crops for threshing, including rye, triticale, and spelt. And they've also added green rye, Wickragan, and Field Grass. Next one's the 8450 Windrower Pack version 1002. Adjusted the working area and adjusted the material and color configuration to work with patch 1.11. You may need to go into the shop and customize it after the update to get the desired material and color, but it is fixed. We also have the Reisch steel pipe. Now, this was released as a new mod yesterday. It was quickly removed, not only from the modo, but it was actually hidden, as far as I'm understanding, from consoles. I don't think it was hidden on PCs, but yeah, very interesting and very kind of terrifying at the same time. Anyway, it is back. Rolmako U665 PowerDisc with version 1001 fixed these mass centers of gravity to improve stability. Next to last, Manure Pit version 1004 fixed the separation of the manure heaps from the cowshed after reloading the game. And Lizard Neo Pack version 1.1, they've added the Unicom 8200 and factory colors adjusted. Lastly, today we have updates for PC and Mac players. No new ones for PC and Mac, but we do have the dynamic Headerspeed version 1.1, they fixed the Lua error patch with 111. And lastly, Active Missions Time version 1001, support additional e-contracts mod and remove the log text entry mission custom environment. And there it is. That is everything I know about the mods for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you're new and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check those notifications. That way you never miss videos like this. If you did miss Farm Sim news from this morning, don't worry. Still up. It came out like 3 hours ago. So you can go check that out, at least when I'm recording this. We talked about the progress on the Ram 3500, something like that. Trailers for Heisemat, which is very cool, and some more goodies. So make sure you check that video out. That way you don't miss it. Otherwise, have an awesome day. We'll see you in the next one.